What's up, everybody? Good morning. It's actually like 10 o'clock right now, and it's Tuesday. Been raining all week, so we're back here at this patio job. Me and Jason are gonna get the lights installed, and we've already taken care of a lot of the hard stuff. We've already got the pipes run, we've already got our wire run, we got all the wall ground out. So I'm gonna go ahead and get all of our materials ready, and then I'm gonna walk you guys through the process of us installing these low voltage LED lights in this sitting wall. So be right back. We're just gonna gather up a couple tools here, and shouldn't take us too long today since we already kind of got prepared for this. But this job did turn out pretty awesome. Now that the steps are done and these lights are going to really set it off, so I can't wait to see what it looks like when we're all finished. The other thing we still have to do at this job is we have to stain the border. So I still got to stain that border, but man, it's like 42 degrees right now with no sun. Tomorrow's going to be like 48 degrees, but we've got another job already set up right now. It's been weeks since we've been at this one. I've been waiting to get these lights. So tomorrow we're gonna we got like 13 steps that me and JT already set up, but we still have to brace them and tie some steel. And then we've got an 800 square foot stamp patio that's set up and rocked halfway in, but we ran out of rock. So first thing we're gonna do is get these caps off of here, and we'll just set them in order like we did that last time. All right, let's grab this. Let's go ahead and grab this and set it off to the side right here, because these things are also gonna have to, we're still gonna have to grind into the top of those.
Okay.
We did bring that grinder and stuff, right?
Yes, absolutely. It's right behind you. I brought a power grinder, a forward grinder.
That don't matter, that's fine.
Yeah, I don't.
Well, do we have an extension cord?
Yes, I did grab an extension cord.
Lean it on here so we can
Easily pick it up.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Alrighty, now we get to do some fishing. So we already started doing this last time we was here. Of course it gets completely tangled up. So what we did whenever we set this conduit here is we have a string pulled through there, and we're going to tie this string to this cable and pull it through. And it doesn't always go as simple as it sounds. Whoa, you almost pulled our string through.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you only had an inch sticking out, dude. We just got lucky.
I was just trying to get these leaves cleared out. Didn't even know I put that on.
I'll tell you what, where's our roll of tape at? Did we bring it? I thought I grabbed it. All right, so I'm just gonna wrap the end of this thing real tight like that. I ain't no Boy Scout, so I just did some little twisted that thing a whole bunch of times, and I'm gonna tape this right here so I don't have to tie it. I did a sweeping 90 right here, so whenever you do stuff like this, if you've never done it before, don't put a little short 90 on it, because it's hard to get this to bend through it when you're pulling the string. And it's still tricky, you know, where that collar is right there, you can still hit that pipe on the inside, and this can be a real pain in the butt, but it's not too bad. The tape was in my pocket the whole time. Whoa. Jason just went out to the truck to get that. Holy moly.
I grabbed 2 rolls.
Well, I'm standing here and I'm like, I put my hand in my pocket and I'm like, oh, that feels like a roll of tape.
I can't find either of the 2 that
All right, so Jason's down there pulling on this string, getting this wire down through there. Of course, this thing got completely tangled up. Seems like it's going through there a little easier this time. Hold on a second, I got like the biggest freaking knot ever right here. Holy cow. Okay. Oh man, you know what? I did it again. We're gonna have to, I need to cut this conduit. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this transformer mounted, and then we'll get that cut off. All right, so all the stuff that we do these lights with, we can get from Lowe's or Home Depot. This is a 60-watt transformer. It's actually like the smallest one that they have, but when you're using LED lights, you really don't need a big crazy transformer. This thing is good for 60 watts. Each one of these lights only uses 2 watts, so you can run a lot of lights off of this thing. We're gonna have 4 lights per column, 4 lights on the inside of this wall, and I'm just gonna do, I don't know, we might as well just do 4 on the outside too, you know. So we'll have 16 lights on this bad boy, and it's gonna be pretty bright. 70 lumens each. So we'll get started with this thing here. Let's get our hammer drill ready, and we'll go ahead and mount this thing on the house. And all you got to do with this thing is plug it into an outlet. So this just gets mounted on the wall, and you know, in some cases people don't want to see these things, so you can mount this thing, you know, around the corner. You can put it by their gas meters, or you can put it somewhere like that, and then you can do all your wiring underground and then just run it to this thing. So this also has a photo sensor, so you can take this, and if you end up putting this in your garage and plugging it in, we can run wires there as long as we can get the wires, you know, to it without seeing them and stuff. And then this photo sensor you can run outside, and then it just comes on every night, and you can adjust the time it comes on and the time it goes off. These things are pretty simple and inexpensive. So easy a concrete guy can do it. Well, I was planning on that cord being a little bit longer, so that's not good. I might have to just mount this thing on the side of the steps right here, but I don't like that. It doesn't even reach. And I really need to mount this thing right here, but I'm gonna have to put a damn extension cord on it, and that's stupid. I'm just gonna put this directly over the top of this piece of conduit here, I think. I'm gonna just cut this sucker off like right here. All right, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna try to cut this pipe off without cutting our wire inside there, hopefully. Man, those things are pretty handy.
Yes, they are.
So you should be able to pull it off there. All right, we got that part done. All right, finally got this little transformer box mounted. Those it's so cold out here, those little plastic things they give you to stick in the hole freaking kept snapping off on me. So if you've never messed with low voltage stuff before, it's actually super easy to deal with. There's no positive or negative, you just have to basically complete the circuit. So right here, what we're going to do is we're just going to trim a little bit off of each one of these wires, and I'm going to wrap it around the plug on this transformer and get it all tightened up, and we'll be done with that. So it's going to be mounted, all this will be done. This guy is an electrician that lives here. I am not an electrician, so he's just going to have this wire ran up, plug it into this outlet right here, and till he runs them a different plug or something. But I don't even think he cares the way that it's run like this. Some people are picky, and some people just want the lights. I personally like everything to be hidden. I'm not a big fan of this cord running up to this thing right here being on the deck, but I mean, seriously doubt anybody's going to say anything about it. All right, so inside here we got this little hole about a 4-inch square. So whenever you're really on top of your game, you'll run your wire as you're building this column. I know that I can do it afterwards, so we skipped that process, and now that we're here pulling the wire through, it really sucks. Be able to fish it out with this little piece of pipe right here. See if we can fish that sucker out of there with that. Look at that. Concrete guy style there, buddy. See what I fished that fucker out of there with, Jason?
Nice.
Gotta make it work with what you got. Now I'm ready for lunch. So now we'll just go ahead and pull the rest of this wire through here and get it all out. This is just the beginning of the tricky stuff. I still got to get it to go out the other side, but it shouldn't be that big of a deal. But every time I say that, it ends up being a big deal. Jason has already came through and ground out all of our channel for the wires to go. So you have to actually take your grinder and create a channel all the way around this entire wall, because that's where all your wires are going to go. So now to get our power into these columns, he's drilled in to the column. So we're gonna have to go through there to get our 4 lights on the top. So let's go ahead and get started on wiring the lights up for this column here. Since we got 4 lights, we're gonna have one here, one on this side, one on this side. I have to grind more channels over to this center for each light, and then I'm gonna do all the wiring down inside this hole. I'll tell you what, Jason, I think what's going to happen is we're going to end up going over to Quick Trip to get something to eat. So what I got to do with this wire is I'm going to have to leave some slack, because to work on hooking, I got to hook a wire from here into this. So you can just jump right into it, and you basically just take those 3 connections and twist them together and wrap some tape around them. They make those little dry cons for this stuff, and they work awesome to keep the moisture out. You can't fit them in here. You'd have to cut out so much to do those, and you'd have so many connections on this, it would be absolutely ridiculous. So I did use heat shrink on the last one. I just think that, you know, some good 3M electrical tape is gonna do just fine. So let's get started here. All right, so all these extra, and these things come with these crazy ends on them. It's like I said, it's super simple. They don't even, this doesn't have any type of weather seal or anything on it. You literally run the wire through there. I don't know if you can see in there, but there's like 4 little prongs, and then as you tighten this thing up, it just pushes those prongs into the wire, and that's what makes your connection. So we don't even use those. I just cut them off. So that sucker's gonna go there. A lot of times too, if you get lucky, you can hide it in this joint here, but we're gonna have to grind everything down just a little bit in this case, and then I'm gonna cut all these off about right here. That way all of our connections are going to be down inside this hole. I've hooked up so many freaking low voltage lights at my own house at different times of the year on different little stuff, and I overload those little transformers all the time. Worst thing that's going to happen is that thing's going to shut off. But these things don't get hot, don't have anything to worry about. So if you got to put freaking 6 or 7 wires together at one time, go for it. Now all these things got to be twisted together, so just pick a side from each one and make it happen. Just make sure that you have them in a way that you're going to be able to easily hook your other side up, and they're not going to be all tangled up and crazy. My buddy Greg, my best buddy, he's an electrician. He's probably watching this right now going, geez, this dude. Yeah. I call Greg for everything. Me and Greg's been buddies for about 25 years. He's one of my best friends ever. So if you're watching, Greg, and I know you are, I love you, buddy. Man, this reminds me of my my stereo days back in the day when I was a kid.
Yeah. Splicing speakers together.
Yeah, like just whatever I could find, dude. 6x9s,
37 speakers.
house speakers, you name it.
One connection, yep.
You get in the car, you're like, why does it smell like plastic burning? Well, that's because there's plastic burning.
Always in the stereos. Well, he was in a band. He's always been in a band. Several. But man, he's got the old stereo systems that you dream of. Like, I can't remember the name of the speakers, but he's got like the most sought after speakers from that era, with like big, huge head units. I mean, we're talking thousands of watts.
Right.
But then he's got like all the twins. The ones that are in the office that I brought in.
Yeah.
What are those? Those are fixtures.
Right.
So it's kind of like that setup. I've got the 15s. Those are the 12s, and then there's a set of 10s. So I don't have the 10s. But anyway, he's got that setup where he's got the 15s, the 12s, the 10s.
Right.
And they're all throughout his house, all hooked up to this one system.
That's quite the system.
And when you crank it, you think you're at a concert. Right now.
All right, so this all worked out beautiful. All this column is wired in, so we'll have to grind out these seams right here to run these cords, and then we're gonna have to put a little bit of glue on these things. All right, me and Jason have had enough of this freaking morning, so we're going to Quick Trip and grabbing us something to eat. It's cold and crappy. We just want to be pouring concrete. I guess this guy, oh, he's backing in, okay.
This motherfucker on my hands for a minute.
What in the hell is this guy doing?
Parallel parking.
Holy jeez. Back from lunch, and man, it's cold out here today. We just want to pour some concrete. But we got a pretty good jump start on these lights before lunch, so we're gonna go ahead and start slamming stuff out here and get these suckers wired up and get everything all buttoned up so we can get the heck out of here. So I don't know when this video is getting posted, but this is Thanksgiving week, so today's Tuesday. A couple days we got Thanksgiving rolling up, so happy Thanksgiving. So all right, let's get to it. Jason's been over here sticking those lights together for me, and now I'm gonna start laying them out in here, and we just got to get them set in and eyeball out our spacing. I mean, we could measure it, but we'll just eyeball it. I just might have to put these gloves on for a second.
Dude, I got my bibs, 2 hoodies, and long underoos on.
That's crazy. I've only got on a pair of thin jammy pants. So now what we have to do with each light is This stuff's all connected, running from our transformer. Everything's hooked up. So we're gonna fish this into our little channel. And then once we get to these here, we're gonna have to cut this and then splice these two in and have our piece that comes over to the next one. So we're gonna have 4 connections per connection. 4 connections per connection.
Dude,
So,
this screw right here,
yeah?
it didn't get the full imprint.
Use your teeth.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
Well, I'm about to see how much gas is left in that fire pit so I can warm my little fingers up.
Is that a little fire pit?
Yeah, there's a fire pit. That
I
thing.
thought there's just a table.
No, that thing comes off and there's a propane tank in
Why
there.
the fuck are we standing out
Yeah.
here cold?
So I guess since we're doing electrical today, we won't have to clean up our messes or anything. We won't have to sweep or nothing. We can just go.
Yeah, yeah. That's what the Sparkies do.
Yeah, just all this can stay. These gloves gonna have to come off. My hands are gonna get cold. Dang, what's this? Is it money? Oh, Reese's Cup.
That's what I was hearing. I was like, he's got some candy in that pocket.
That's funny. Yeah, it's so tough to use that it's so tough to use that heat shrink on this because when you put so many of these wires together, it just doesn't work anymore. So this stuff here is gonna work out beautiful. Make sure she's sealed up pretty good. I mean, I'm sure that I mean this stuff sits outside. I bury this stuff in my yard. I've got stuff that I've hooked up for my fall display with pumpkins and stuff, and I just hooked them up. I didn't even put any glue or tape or anything on them. I just freaking stuck them on there. And then our big reveal at the end is going to be like, oh, Christmas vacation. Drum roll, please. All right, so Jason is still getting these things fitted in at each connection here. You see on this one, he had to cut into the caps or into these blocks so we could sneak the wire in. And everything is going to be flush with the top of this block, and our cap will set right on top. So quite a bit of work to get these things in, but once you've done it a couple times, it's not too bad. We've been here for a couple hours, including lunch today. So good to plan for a whole day. What did I do? Did I miss one? Oh, I hooked 2 together. Cool. Ooh, this piece is barely long enough too. No, it's actually good. We finally made it to the other side. So this connection here is going to have one less wire because I don't have to keep going off of it. This is the end. Yeah, so I'll tell you what I'm going to do real quick is let's just let's plug it in real fast and make sure that they all come on. All right, so we're just gonna do a quick little Christmas vacation moment here and see if these bad boys turn on.
Yep.
Every one of them working? Beautiful, beautiful. All right, now we'll go ahead and kill the power and we'll start getting everything glued in, and we'll just start on this cap right here, Jason. This thing already looks good. You know, these are on here nice and tight. So yeah. This one here, we're gonna, whenever we do our glue, we're gonna just go some glue here and then I'm gonna put glue on this. So when we set it down.
Schmooey's in there?
Yeah.
Let me finish this. When I ordered something from the kitchen, like a BLT with no T.
That's just gross.
Double the B. No, tomatoes are gross.
No, they're not. You're gross. If you don't like tomato, what are you talking, dude? Anybody that doesn't eat tomatoes, has got something wrong with them.
Hey, I eat tomatoes every time I eat lasagna, or muscatoli, or French fries. Sometimes I eat tomatoes when I eat tomato soup.
Okay, looks like it needs to do that.
Right.
Sorry.
No, you're all right.
So what I'll do is I'm going to go through and kind of put a couple dabs of glue on these lights, and we'll get them stuck down where we want them, and then we'll start setting, we'll glue these before we start putting stuff down.
Okay.
You had enough glue everywhere so far?
I believe so, yes.
All right, everybody, that's a wrap on the lights. They turned out really good. So I can't wait to get some pictures at nighttime. I actually still need to come out here and stain this border. So it's just too cold today and cloudy, because I need to wash the whole thing off and stain this border and then seal everything. But you know, we're in the third week of November, getting a little chilly for sealing, so I definitely want to get out here and get this border on. She wants to do a nice dark border. We're going to go dark like those steps, and we're going to really highlight that thing. So hopefully I can get over here soon, and I'll probably throw some pictures up on another video so everybody can see what it looks like. But, or actually, I'll tell you what, I'll do a short video on this of our staining process. So on this one, to get it dark, I'm going to do an artisan stain. The color is magnet, which is basically like black, and so I'll show you guys how we do that, and then after that dries, I come back and seal over it. Now another way that I do it is I'll add color into sealer, but it's really hard to get a real dark color with adding into the sealer and the sealer not failing. So again, here's the steps me and JT whipped up. You know, it's all got the treated freaking boards underneath, and then we wrapped it in all this composite. This one was actually a little tricky. These posts right here are supposed to be 6-foot posts, but they are only like 5'8". So originally this was going to be out here, but since we shortened it, it changed all this up, and we had to trim and cut all this. It was a huge pain in the butt. I think from now on we're either going to use some metal, or maybe even just do wood, or maybe even not do wood steps no more. All right, everybody, that's a wrap-skadoodle for today. Oh, me and J-Dub got it wrapped up. Everything looks really good. I still got to bring a cord back out here, and I still got to fix those caps on top of those steps. But everything went pretty good, so it looks really nice. Whenever we stain the border, I'll post some pictures for you guys. You know, I'll make a little short video or something. Or actually, I already said I'll do a video of us staining it and everything, so you guys can see what it looks like when it's all done. But that's it for today. Close to Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving, everybody, and we'll see you on the next one.
See you
later.